Let's be honest, we all like our fictional super soldiers a little too much, and that's because they're just so damn cool. Hell, characters like the Master Chief and Noble Six from Halo truly encapsulate the awesomeness of playing as a super soldier. Or to keep it set in 40k, playing as Captain Titus or Malum Kaido and Space Marine Boltgun, respectively, is a blast, and truly makes you feel like that unstoppable super soldier that you are, as if the ability to turn the tide of a war is achieved by just your presence. Today I will tell you who is definitively the strongest Space Marine in the 42nd millennium, and when we come to an explanation, give a few little theories on why they are so severely overpowered. But first, some of the more popular options for who is the strongest in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Hailing from the lineage of Sanguinius, we have the Blood Angel Psycho, Mephiston. It is not an understatement to say that Mephiston is a little overpowered in the setting. He was able to overcome the Black Rage, one of the two gene seed curses of the Blood Angels that all sons of Sanguinius must contend with, a challenge which is hard enough on its own. For most Astartes, it is nigh impossible to come back from the Black Rage, but for Mephiston, he did it twice. During the devastation of Baal, Mephiston would leap from a Thunderhawk mid-flight, producing wings of warp-forged blood energy, proceeding to use these wings to fly through a Tyranid swarm, unleashing a psychic storm, vaporizing thousands of bioforms mid-air. When he finally began descending, it was described as a meteor of crimson light, trailing warp-chilled gases and psychic fire, all in an action to allow these Thunderhawks to land reinforcements to the surface of Baal, saving countless lives on the surface of a doomed world. Alongside this, he would speak with a Xenos creature deep beneath Baal, who would warn him of the arrival of Khorne demons, led by Kar-Bunda, greater demon of Khorne. This information would allow Blood Angels to prepare. Meanwhile, Mephiston himself would begin a warp ritual to open a portal into Khorne's realm to confront the demon directly. Almost killing him in the process, he was successful, diverting Kar-Bunda's path and buying Baal's defenders the precious time they needed. Now, there are many more feats of this dude, but these stick out to me more without dedicating this video entirely to one Marine. Current Supreme Grandmaster of the Grey Knights, Kaldor Drago. Now, even your average Grey Knight is nothing to scoff at when it comes to Space Marines, with their chapter often being considered the strongest in the setting currently thanks to their ungodly amounts of training, superior armor, and the fact that they are all literally psychos. But Drago is on another level. One of the most famous feats of Kaldor Drago is how he assumed the role of Supreme Grandmaster. In the year 909 M41, the Grey Knights would confront the Demon Primarch Mortarion at the Battle of Cornevin. The Demon Primarch of Nurgle would slay many Grey Knights alongside the previous Supreme Grandmaster, Lord Geronitan. In a berserker fury, Drago would charge the Demon Primarch, invoking the true name the Emperor had once intended for Mortarion. This shattered his form, and Drago would carve Geronitan's name into Mortarion's heart, banishing him back to the warp. It's for these actions he was proclaimed the Supreme Grandmaster in the place of his predecessor. Now on to my last bit of rambling to do with others before I get to the main point, is how Drago is now a being of the warp. Come to the year of 999 M41, exactly 200 years after their previous fight, Drago would face off against the Demon Prince of Chaos Undivided, Makar, a former member of the Wordbearers, for the second time. During this encounter, he was cursed to wander the realm of chaos. Unlike other mortals who simply dissolve or go mad, Drago would remain pure, his will unbroken, his armor uncorrupted. He has become a living paradox, a loyalist Astartes who walks the warp as if it was real space. Currently, we know that Drago has been carving his way through the realm of chaos. He would defeat the 6 Sisters of Slanesh, the chosen demonettes, each a master of illusion and agony. He would best the greater demon of Khorne named Kar-Voth in single combat, alongside destroying a Tzeentchian fortress being ruled over by a Lord of Change named Mokachin. Fucking badass. Despite all this, Games Workshop recently made a decision which has changed my mind completely on who is the strongest Space Marine. And it is neither Mephiston or Kaldor Drago, in my firmest of opinions. So, Recently they decided to make the Space Marine franchise canon. So therefore, Warhammer Boltgun is also canon. For those of you who have played Boltgun, you can probably guess where I'm going to go with this. Malum Kaido, the ultimate named Ultramarine, is easily the strongest Space Marine in the setting. Remember in the intro I said how it feels like you can turn the tide of a war when you play as these characters like Kaido? Well, Kaido does change the course of a war single-handedly, that war being the one to take back Graia after a second demon invasion. Kaido is one abnormal fucking marine. Dude moves with staggering speed, is supremely strong without any difficulty wielding any weapon he comes across, showing his insane mastery of firearms, plus his role as an ex-Sternguard veteran of the Ultramarines also shows that he was a beyond skilled sword combatant, alongside being a master across a range of all weapons, clearly surpassing his brothers in the field, probably more than the rest of them, for he would have been taken by the Inquisition to serve them, specifically being the tool of one Inquisitor Sayabel come the year of 812 M41. We get to see just how much of a beast Mount Kaido is as he's unleashed to the surface of Graia. Tumulus Samael, Black Legion sorcerer, has invaded the planet, bringing hordes of Tzeentchian and Nurglite demons and hundreds of legionnaires of the Black Legion to transform this once forged world into his own personal demon world. Inquisitor Sayabel deployed Kaido to the surface. His orders? Stop the invasion and liberate Graia in the name of the Emperor. Kaido would tear through cultists, lesser demons, Black Legion Space Marines, and Terminators with ease. Kaido was high-key moving like King Von throughout this entire game, but his feats become more staggering when he bests a Lord of Change in single combat, doing the same with a Great Unclean One, an Ancient Amble, and several minor sorcerers of the Black Legion, before finally reaching Tumulus Samael. Before Kaido could get into a fight, that he would be faced with another Lord of Change and Great Unclean One, ripping through them and the hordes of demons and traitor Space Marines who tried to stop him. Ultimately, he would put down Tumulus Samael, putting 2 boltgun rounds through his head. But he is not done yet. Kaido would redeploy to the underworld and factorums of Graia as demons, cultists, and traitors mustered once more around a source of power, the Forges of Corruption. In the underworld of Graia, Kaido would face off against and best several Hellbrutes, another Great Unclean One, and upon his arrival to the Forges themselves, take down yet another Great Unclean One, yet another Lord of Change. After wiping the floor with them, he confronts and kills 3 Hellbrutes at once, winning the fight, hiding in one of their mangled bodies to survive the nuclear explosion giving off from the destruction of the Forges of Corruption. His exploits we know of in the setting conclude there, but we know he returns, facing off against demons of Khorne now. I doubt the servants of the Blood God will fare any better against Malum Kaido. Now to conclude this video, I have a theory about Malum Kaido. Nothing that is said from here on is canon. Do not take it as fact. I just see this as a possibility for why Kaido is so abnormally overpowered. I believe Kaido is like the Tau in the regard that he has very little warp presence. My way of explaining how these greater demons have little effect on our blue-clad killing machine. It's why the Lords of Change's psychic attacks did little to nothing besides slightly hurt the Ultramarine. Thanks to Space Marine 2, we see a comparison between your average Space Marine and Titus compared to one such as Kaido. Kaido moves at blisteringly fast speeds throughout the game and its subsequent DLC, significantly stronger than your average Marine, tearing through other Space Marines like a hot knife through butter. Meanwhile, people like Captain Titus do not have it as easy in that regard. He is significantly more adept, never a weapon he isn't a master of, whether that be the humble boltgun or the rare and volatile void grenade. Heavy weapons also fail to slow the Ultramarines, such as the Heavy Melter or Heavy Bolter. Weapons that throughout Space Marine 1 and 2 slow down Titus significantly, but Kaido maintains his lightning fast speeds whilst firing. It is said that a Custodian Guard is afraid to fight the Chapter Master Asterion Moloch, or at least he doubts he 100% could win. I believe Kaido would tear through a Custodian and possibly even a Primarch. Lord, I really hope we get to see Angron or Fulgrim during Boltgun 2. Especially Angron, to be honest, considering how much the writers at Games Workshop really just like to rag on him for no reason. Armageddon 4 and Arcs of Omen, it's just, he's a punching bag for the writers at this point. Now, I've done enough blazing to leave his balls drier than prunes left out in the desert sun for 4 weeks. So, yeah, I believe that the strongest Space Marine is Malam Kaida, without question. I will fight anyone who says otherwise. On God. I just want to take a quick moment before I end the video to say a very big thank you to my friend Wafer for very kindly putting this music together. I think it's amazing. I will leave the link to more of his work in the description, and I hope to work with him again. It was great. Thanks again, man. I really appreciate it.